Bayern Munich are on the cusp of making the knockout stage. Ever since the groups were announced, this is where they wanted to be, and indeed felt they ought to be. There is a sense of genuine theatre here. The loyal supporters hope it is all going to be wrapped up in the next couple of hours. 3 points will guarantee that they get their wish. Everything a brilliant shade of red here, even indeed the outer skin of the stadium when its mightiest occupants are in town. Well, it really is a terrific sight here, and it goes to underline just how far this game could go towards shaping the fortunes of the team.
Well, Peter, the question that comes to mind is how much do they want it? These players know that this could be the gateway for bigger things. Progression, for starters, brings greater financial reward, it increases the brand power and can enhance the whole business side of things. Individual player profile elevation is also a huge incentive. Careers can be catapulted from this. It's worth remembering.
Well, as you can see, we've already started here. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Yeah, Joshua Kimmich. In many ways, the ultimate modern fullback in that he contributes just as much offensively as he does defensively. He seems to have a great instinctive understanding of when to move forward, and that means he rarely gets caught out of position on the counter-attack. He should be a key player for this team.
He's gone for it! He's pulled off a fine save!
Oh, that's a sparkling save, absolutely sparkling. His reflexes were ultra-sharp.
Bayern Munich getting a lot of touches here, but they're not making much progress.
There's a lot of movement going on. There's no shortage of options.
So I guess they're looking to play around their opponents as opposed to through them.
Yeah, the style is designed to dominate the ball, and so you dominate your opponents.
Still waiting for the first goal. Goes long, and it's got through. Gets good distance on it. And the first half is done, so both sides have drawn blanks. They have toiled at times, but it's not been a bad game by any means. Reflections on the first half?
Well, they look lost for ideas and lacking in talent, which all contributes to a chronic case of impotence.
So they head in no further forward. The score here, still 0-0. And if you're just back from your break, you've missed very little of the resumption of the second half. No score in the first half. Who's ready to go for it now? Well, that's a foul. Free kick's been given. Keeper's got good distance on that. And here's Kane. Out to the left it goes. Just brushed off the ball there. Tar.
This defence is wary about opposition pace.
So they're just not getting too tight?
Yeah, they know that if they step up, their keeper could get a whole lot busier.
And it's played forward. And it's hoisted clear. Kimmich. Deftly done. And that's been levered clear. Very little to report from an attacking perspective. Jim, it's a... Oh, that's a foul in a dangerous area.
Well, I think the alternative was to stand there and do nothing while he tried to score, and obviously he's not going to allow that, Peter, is he?
He's trying the shot, and a second time! This could fall anywhere! knocks it away. It'll be a throw-in. And here's Kane. Oh, that's neat.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Good challenge, he just stood firm. That's the sort of defending that is going to upset the opposition. It already has, actually.
Yeah, and if they're going to try and stop him in this fashion, Peter, they're going to really test the referee's patience from here.
Has a hit! Cleared away.
You wonder if that's it now, but there may be one more opportunity, Peter, for a late steal here. They're making life really hard for themselves.
And that will be the final act. A frustrating game for attackers on either side. They hardly had a sniff. Defence is broadly in charge, and it has finished goalless. Your reflections then, Jim?
Listen, the more this game went on, a draw was always likely to be on the cards. So overall, I don't think anyone...
Welcome everybody to our continued live coverage of these group stages. We have for you a game of great intrigue and indeed great consequence. The group's taking shape nicely now, and we're already seeing who is likely to make the knockout rounds. Are we to see another team become yet another statistic here, or somehow fight themselves out of a nasty predicament, avoid defeat and keep their hopes alive? It is time to focus, get on with the job, and see what transpires both here and indeed elsewhere. Well, it was 1892 when Celtic played here for the first time. It looks a little different now, but the scenes are epic as they have been through the generations. Things have got underway here pretty promptly.
This game is in need of some excitement. It needs help, and it's down to the creative and striking talent to up their game and give this crowd something to cheer about.
Referee's given a throw. Well, the ball's come loose and the chase is on. He wasn't very far from making something happen by himself. Lovely to see. Oh, he's got the ball glued to his feet. Çalhanoğlu. He's had a go! He's being closely tested here. Loose ball, who's going to get that? Cross deflected over the goal line for a corner. And it's hoisted clear. Plays it out to the flank. And now they can launch a counter. Martinez. And that's sprayed out wide. Played back in. Goalkeeper's ball. And we hit half-time. So neither team has broken through. Certainly not for the want of trying. It's been an interesting game up to now, but still goalless. Reflections on the first half?
Well, this has proved a very frustrating day so far, especially for the strikers. Nothing has been created for them. I think the service has been extremely poor.
An intriguing half, lacking only in goals. The score 0-0. And if you're just back from your break, you've missed very little of the resumption of the second half.
Well, that first 45 minutes didn't deliver as we'd hoped. Lots of effort, but a lack of quality with the finishing has left us hoping that someone can step up and produce something a little more magical.
Oh, good interception. All the way back, and they start again. Well, they are working very hard to get it wide now, Jim.
Yeah, I think they've decided to concentrate on working the flanks to help the production line. It's where the room is.
Hoists it forward. It's got through to him. It's a loose ball. Out towards the flank. Martinez decides to play it back.
Martinez really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Tries to get it forward quickly. Chelhanoglu, Mkhitaryan.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Just 5 minutes left.
Well, what we're witnessing now just goes against the grain.
Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Well, frustrating game for attackers on either side. They hardly had a sniff. Defence is broadly in charge, and it has finished goalless. Your reflections then, Jim? So welcome one and all to our live coverage of the ongoing group stage here, the tournament making steady progress towards its knockout phase. We'll be ready to go once the final checks are carried out. We have a hugely expectant crowd here. We just hope that the game lives up to the atmosphere. It is a venue. He's had a shot! Oh, that was no routine save.
Well, that was high-class goalkeeping there to back up his high-class wage.
And that's been levered clear. Floats one over. And that has been cleared. Now the counter. Forward it goes. Good idea, just poorly executed. A chance to play it in. Rudiger with the clearance. Tries to get it forward quickly. Neither side yet able to force a breakthrough here. Vinicius Junior! And the keeper barely had to move.
Vinicius Junior clearly became one-eyed then. He just decided to force it.
Torreira. And it's played forward. Knocks it away. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Yeah, that does look a foul. Referee's given a free kick. Gundogan. Well, that's surely a foul. Free kick. He gets a ticking off and needs to be very careful now.
Well, I think the referee would have told him to rate it in or suffer the consequences.
And out to safety. Great strength, too strong for his opponent. Looking to break out here. And the weighted pass. Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. And it's hoisted clear. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Goes for the cross. And the half-time whistle goes. So neither team has broken through, but certainly not for the want of trying. It's been an interesting game up to now, but still goalless. Reflections on the first half?
Yeah, the scoreline doesn't tell the whole story, as one side has been significantly better, at least offensively.
Real Madrid head to the dressing room, not yet having broken through. Tight, cagey game. Neither team any further forward than they were when they started out. Already up and running for the second half.
Well, that first 45 minutes didn't deliver as we'd hoped. Lots of effort, but a lack of quality with the finishing has left us hoping that someone can step up and produce something a little more magical.
Well, that's where he wants it. Needless to say, he was expecting a better ball than that. Mbappe is on the end of some really unwanted attention.
Yeah, and if they're going to try and stop him in this fashion, Peter, they're going to really test the referee's patience from here.
Great leap! And yes, it's there! The breakthrough arrives at last!
Real Madrid are really pouncing on any stray passes in midfield. We're talking seconds from interception to the back of the net. It's counter-attacking heaven.
Real Madrid draw first blood here.
Well, we certainly had to wait for it, Peter. Now a difficult decision. Is it stick or twist?
Gundogan. Gundogan drives it forward. Rudiger is there to heave it away. Oh no, that's not the ball he wanted. Driving on now, what can they conjure from here? It's a fabulous position. More than happy to take the muscular approach. Well, they're looking at the referee, but he's waved play on. Torreira gets it away.
There's a real appetite from them to finally put this game to bed, but will they?
Alexander-Arnold, could be a and a shot! Oh, great save, real class.
Well, what can I say? Truly wonderful goalkeeping.
And it's been taken short. Crunching tackle.
Real Madrid certainly don't need to overcommit now. Their priority lies further back.
Gets it back. Well, the ball's come loose and the chase is on. Sanchez knocks it away. And the shot! In he goes again! He's going after it. Cleared away. This could fall anywhere. And time is up. Real Madrid win it by the only goal. Result, no question, the most important thing, however it came. Final score, 1-0.
Yeah, it was a fairly stern test with very little between two teams.
So, on the face of it, things look simple. If they want to make the knockout stages, this is all or nothing. 3 points needed, and should they fail to collect those points, they will be going home and staying there. It all makes this very tense, really, for some, unbearable. The stress levels particularly high, but for those of us who are neutral, myself included, it is utterly compelling, and that is how it should be. So what a stage for the players. Shoots! Quarter of an hour played. No change to the score, 0-0 it remains. Good challenge, excellent challenge. Alberto Moreno. A win here so important to their ambitions. Ball's loose, who's getting there? Gets it back. And that's been levered clear. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. That's the throw. Paris Saint-Germain are working the ball as only they can.
Yeah, Peter, and it's a style that requires players of high caliber technique to move the ball about quickly in tight areas.
Forward it goes. Real chance! Oh, that's a foul. Free kick's been given. Decent hit from there. And the whistle goes for half-time. So both sides have drawn blanks. They have toiled at times, but it's not been a bad game by any means. How's the first half compared with your expectation?
Well, Peter, apart from the lack of goals, I really don't think there's much to criticise. They've got to keep doing what they've been doing, and eventually they should find a way to the back of the net. Here's hoping for them.
An intriguing half, lacking only in goals. The score 0-0. So we're already into the second period. So deadlock still as the second half begins.
Paris Saint-Germain have made their intentions clear by leaving men up front.
Looking to play on the break?
Yeah, it's obvious that they're prepared to take a risk or two.
Well, we're still waiting for a goal to report here. Battles to win it back. Very little to report from an attacking perspective. Jim, it's a cagey old game.
Yes, 0-0 and little promise of a goal due to the shot-shy nature of this contest, but I'm not giving up on it. There's plenty energy on the pitch, not to give up hope just yet.
And it's Moreno. And here's it's Morata!
Look, this can still go either way. It might be flowing one way, but there's still time for some ebb.
Hakimi. Marquinhos. And it's played forward.
Paris Saint-Germain merit full marks for their attitude and application in trying to win this. It means an awful lot, obviously.
And here's Dembele. Good challenge, he just stood firm.
Well, both sides might have to settle for a draw here, although there's still a chance for one last fling.
And here's Morata. He's left his man. That's gone a long way up and away. And that's it. Well, it looked 0-0 from a fair way out. Little craft or guile or penetration. Defence is largely untroubled. It's goalless. Your final thoughts, Jim?
Yeah, this looked the most likely outcome, but we've had a good variety in this game, despite it being anticlimactic.
Well, hello, a very warm welcome to you wherever you are for what looks as though it is going to be a crucial game in the group stages. It was always going to come down to this eventually. The margin for error has been removed and we deal with absolutes. What can happen here over a very short span will be definitive. The group stages have to lose some teams, and that is where these teams are focused. No doubt this will be a brilliant unmissed... Oh, that's a foul. Free kick's been given. Saka.
That's just very well played. He can't hurt you with his back to goal, and he didn't go for the back heel.
Looks to thread it through. Decent looking ball. Tried to play it through.
That just required a bit more oomph to reach its target.
Well positioned to make that interception. Rice. Out to the left it goes. He's got the ball glued to his feet. Played out to the right. Saka gets it back. There really wasn't very much in that. Not far away from being a telling final ball. Is that a foul? Yes, the referee's given it. Rice. Great strength, too strong for his opponent. And now the breakaway. It's a good run down the left-hand side.
Well, there's a lot of movement out wide now.
Yeah, you can certainly see that.
Well, I think it's a move to open the game up more, whether out wide or just getting a runner through the middle now.
There are a few waiting for it. And there is the half-time whistle. So neither team has broken through, but certainly not for the want of trying. It's been an interesting game up to now, but still goalless. So your views on the first half?
Well, they look lost for ideas and lacking in talent, which all contributes to a chronic case of impotence.
No goals at this stage, but certainly not devoid of action. It is 0-0 here at half-time. Already up and running for the second half.
Well, that first 45 minutes didn't deliver as we'd hoped. Lots of effort, but a lack of quality with the finishing has left us hoping that someone can step up and produce something.
He's gone for it! Defenders on the back foot. Saka. Some good work on the right flank. Now, what's next? And it's hoisted clear. Plays it out to the flank. It's being played forward. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. Very few chances to talk of, Jim. Defence is, it seems, on top here.
Yeah, I think it's a scoreline in keeping with what we've seen up to this point. Combined attempts at goal aren't high in numbers, and we could do with something to spark this contest into life.
Good save, he got a decent fist on that. He's in! A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. Arsenal have it back and they can go again. Over to the left.
Well, we don't need to guess that they expect plenty of ball into the box.
Yeah, it's quite a crowd scene in the middle now.
Well, it's a situation that requires resilience now and plenty of fighting spirit. It has to be matched.
That's good defending, very good defending.
Look, this can still go either way. It might be flowing one way, but there's still time for some ebb.
Saka. He's got it on the right now. What's on?
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Lovely feet. They need to get it in quick. Up for a header! Arsenal are out. And that means there is no place for them in the knockout stage. Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
Well, Peter, the truth is they haven't been good enough to progress. The table doesn't tell lies.
They can more or less feel it now, avoid defeat here, and they will take that eagerly awaited place in the knockout stage. The odds overwhelmingly in their favour. Everybody is expectant here, the crowd is up, they think the job is just about done. Indeed, in fact it is. One more point does it, just one. The stands here, the goes to finish! Knocks it away. Oh, really good feet from him. Turam Ulien. Sticks in a foot to win it back. Could move up a gear here. That's great strength on the ball. Good clearance and very necessary. And it's got through. Good take, and he's had a look. Hits one! They've played it short. Danger averted for now. Tries to get it forward quickly. He's gone for it! And that'll go straight through to the keeper. Needs a bit of penetration to go with all this possession. Forward it goes. That's gone a long way up and away. He could be in here. Cleared without complication. Locatelli. Nicely controlled. Plays it back. Going for goal! Ball's gone out of play. Barcelona are working the ball as only they can.
Yeah, Peter.
Goes for goal! Oh, that was no routine save.
Oh, that's a sparkling save. Absolutely sparkling. His reflexes were ultra sharp.
And it's been taken short. Lovely bit of skill there. Cleared away. Plenty waiting in the middle. Shoots! And the ball's come out. A really close shave, and the last action of the first half. So neither team has broken through, but certainly not for the want of trying. It's been an interesting game up to now, but still goalless. The midway point of the game.
Juventus really did turn up the tempo at the end of the half, and while they'll be disappointed not to have broken through, obviously, the chances will come, provided they can keep producing good spells. It's been a half with significantly more positives than negatives, I feel.
So they head in no further forward. The score here, still 0-0. And if you're just back from your break, you've missed very little of the resumption of the second half.
Juventus can feel really happy with themselves. The scoreline doesn't back it up, but they've played with urgency and purpose and can't afford to lose patience in this second half. They've got to persevere.
Ball's out on the left now. Oh, really good feet. could fall anywhere.
Well, I think when you're in that situation, all you can do is tip your hat to the keeper, because that was fantastic.
Tries to locate someone up front.
This defence just doesn't trust itself to play a higher line.
Frighten the people getting in behind.
Yeah, absolutely. It just opens up the opportunity of not only strikers getting behind, but the runners from midfield too.
Tries a shot! They've managed to get it away. And that has been clubbed away. Juventus only needing a draw to go through as things stand. Cross deflected behind for a corner. And that's been levered clear.
Look, this can still go either way. It might be flowing one way, but there's still time for some ebb.
Cuts it out. It was a move that looked promising, but eventually thwarted without doing any harm. Defending of the desperate variety. Oh, good interception. And time is up. Well, they could only manage a draw, but that will do. They have made it to the next stage. The end of the game. Reflections?
It's certainly doing it the hard way, Peter, but the most important thing is that
So we just await the arrival of the teams here in what is a crucial game. It appears to be a fairly safe place that they find themselves in. Very probably avoiding defeat will be sufficient to progress in the competition, and that is reflected in an air of optimism, indeed confidence swirling all over the place here. The mood is very, very good. Certainly this is a very, very impressive venue, quite a sight to behold. So the first box is more or less ticked. It is a time to concentrate on what happens next.
well, when you consider, Peter, how hard they've worked to be on the threshold of the next phase, they ought to be thoroughly focused and determined to wrap it up now. If their attitude and application remains as it's been through the group, then they should be fine. But if they suffer a moment's hesitation or doubt, as we've seen in the past, it could prove very costly.
We have already started here. Hoists it forward. Ruben Diaz positions himself well and cuts it out. Out to the right. tries to get it clear. Half an hour played now. They just need to avoid defeat. It would mean so much to them. Did really well to intervene and dispel the growing danger. And it's played forward. Oh, good interception. Ake. No goals as yet. With a delicate ball. Up towards the front line. Ruben Diaz does well to read it and intercepts. Foden. And the first 45 minutes are up. So both sides have drawn blanks. They have toiled at times, but it's not been a bad game by any means. What do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
Well, this has proved a very frustrating day so far, especially for the strikers. Nothing has been created for them. I think the service has been extremely poor.
So they head in no further forward. The score here, still 0-0. And the game has already resumed here. 0-0 then, and we're back underway. Foden. Oh, nice touch. Rodri. Can't get the better of his opposite number. Foden. That's well blocked, and back out it comes. Bernardeschi goes looking. That's a decent ball. Oh, well intercepted, really alert to the danger. Ake plays it over to the other flank. Plays it out to the wing.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
He has it out wide now. And that has been cleared. Good ball, it's found its target.
Look, this can still go either way. It might be flowing one way, but there's still time for some ebb. It's intriguingly poised for me, and players are thinking, well, should we stay or should we go? I'd like to think fortune favours the brave, and I'm urging them to be bold and go for it.
Ake. Foden. Rodri. Out to the left it goes. So that's it. It is all over. Well, they could only manage a draw, but that will do. They have made it to the next stage. Thoughts on what we've just seen?
Well, not as smooth as they would have preferred, but they're through, and that's the bit that matters most.
Milan emerging for this crucial group game here. The tournament still in its relative infancy, but it is already developing into quite a spectacle, and that, of course, is what you expect from this, the greatest of all the tournaments. It has been Terrific stuff so far. So let us hope that the trend continues here and now. One glance and you know where we are. It is one of the most recognisable arenas for the beautiful game in the world. And boy, does it add to the occasion. The action has already started. He's gone for it!
Well, he doesn't need a second invitation, even from that range.
Good spell of possession this, but very little to show for it. Up towards the front line. Modric.
Liverpool have pushed both fullbacks into quite advanced positions here.
Yeah, that's interesting. So what are they attempting to do?
Well, it's a bold attempt, in my opinion, to occupy the opposition in a way they're not expecting.
A chance to play it in. And he just whacks it away. Looking for a decent ball in. Tries to get it clear. Tries to get it forward quickly. Done very well to intervene. Hoists it forward. Gets into a dangerous position. Robertson. Pulisic. Modric. And it's played forward. And the whistle goes for half-time. So neither team has broken through, but certainly not for the want of trying. It's been an interesting game up to now, but still goalless. Any strong opinions on the first half?
I think it's been a very impressive defensive effort. They've never been broken down and contained the opposition attack extremely well.
Interesting half, just missing goals, so don't be surprised if the second half brings a change to the scoreline at the break, 0-0. And we are already promptly back underway.
Milan can feel really happy with themselves. The scoreline doesn't back it up, but they've played with urgency and purpose and can't afford to lose patience in this second half. They've got to persevere.
Pulisic. And it's Salah. Salah. Well, the crowd clearly like what they just saw. Some real no-nonsense defending. Now it's Mohamed Salah. And here's Mohamed Salah. Oh, shooting chance! Good try. The outcome could so easily have been different.
I don't need to tell you he got underneath it, and there's only one place it can go.
Van Dijk. Very few chances to talk of, Jim. Defence is, it seems, on top here.
Well, I think it's a fair reflection on what we've seen so far. Neither side has produced that many efforts at goal simply because respective defences have been strong.
Oh, that's neat. Good clearance and very necessary. Plays it long. Goes for goal! Oh, the ball's come and in again. Oh, he's really drilled it.
Look, this can still go either way. It might be flowing one way, but there's still time for some ebb.
Forward it goes. The final 5 minutes. Modric. Modric. Milan don't have many options and time is running out. And that is it, the referee has seen enough. Well, it looked 0-0 from a fair way out. Little craft or guile or penetration. Defence is largely untroubled. It's goalless. And after all of that, Jim, what do you think? Bayern Munich emerging for this crucial group game here. The tournament still in its relative infancy, but it is already developing into quite a spectacle, and that, of course, is what you expect